If you've clicked on this video, you're interested in replacing an insulated glass unit in a dry glazed window. Hi, I'm Danny, Simonton Windows Technical Specialist. Now, dry glazed simply means that the glass is not adhered into the frame. It's held by compression. Also, another benefit to dry glaze means it's interior glazed, which means the glass gets removed and reinstalled from the interior of the home, which is a huge benefit if the glass you're about to replace is on the second or third story, because all the tasks get performed from the inside of your home. Now, before you begin, it's important that you have the proper tools close at hand and within easy reach. The first item you need would be a very sharp 1/2-inch wood chisel or a gasket scraper to remove the existing glazing bead, a small wooden block approximately a 1/2 inch thick, 3 or 4 inches long, to use as a leverage block to assist you in removing the glazing bead. A non-marring hammer such as this or a standard shot hammer would work just as well to reinstall the glazing bead. A suction cup to help pull out and replace the existing glass. Safety glasses, protective gloves, and some cut-resistant sleeves if your glass is cracked or broken so you don't get injured. Before you begin removing this glass, you want to inspect the new replacement insulated glass unit you received from Simonton. First and foremost, you want to check the dimensions and make sure that it's the correct size to fit in there before you take the old one out. You also want to orient that piece of glass and prep it so it's ready for this. You will find or locate a white sticker on that new insulated glass unit. That sticker will be facing the interior of your home, so you know which way to place it into the opening. If your glass happens to be cracked, you want to duct tape over those cracks to reduce the risk of defragmentation. And again, make sure your work site is clear of any small children or pets to make sure no one gets injured. So let's go ahead and get started and take a look at this. You see there are 4 pieces of glazing bead that surround the perimeter of this glass. The corners are mitered. Therefore, in order to remove the first one, you have to start somewhere in the middle of one of them in order to pull it away. We suggest you start with one of the longer ones. In this instance, it would be one of our 2 sides. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the left side first using my wood chisel and my block for leverage. Insert the wood chisel about midway up with the flat side of the chisel facing the center of the glass. You will find a joint between the glazing bead and the main frame. You want to insert the tip of that sharp chisel into that joint, pushing outwards until you see some separation. Sometimes you may have to tap on it or push rather hard, but you'll begin to see the separation. Then place the block behind it and use it as leverage to help pry this piece of glazing bead away from the frame. You'll have to exert some pressure, and also always remember to keep pushing outward as you pry so your chisel doesn't slip away and scuff up the glazing bead. Pry it far enough away so you can pull it out by hand. The remaining pieces come out a little bit easier because you can start from the ends because the first piece is no longer in your way. Now remember when I said earlier that in a dry glazed window, the glass is held in the frame by compression only? Keep in mind that once you remove that last piece of bead, any small puff or gust of wind can push that insulated glass unit to the inside. So this is where an assistant could help you hold the glass, or in this instance, I'm going to use my suction cup to help hold it. Next, pull the glass inward and safely set it aside. Now that you've removed the old insulated glass unit and you've prepped the new one to install, before you do so, you want to inspect a couple of things. First, check the bottom to make sure that the setting blocks or glass shims are in place a couple inches from each corner. It's quite important that you don't set a new insulated glass unit directly onto the frame. We do need these glass shims or setting blocks. Secondly, you'll see around the perimeter on the outside is our dry glazing gasket material. This is a great opportunity to clean that and thoroughly inspect it, making sure that it's not rolled or pinched in any area and it's not damaged. If it would be damaged in any way, you can easily get replacement gasket from Simonton. So wipe it down nice and clean. Shims are set. You're basically ready to set the new insulated glass unit. You want to gently set the glass unit on top of those shims, and as you push it in, being careful not to roll or pinch that gasket material. Once it falls into place such as this, do a quick visual around to make sure that that gasket material didn't get compromised in any way. This one looks good, so then the first step is to replace the glazing bead, starting with one of the shortest ones, or basically in reverse order. So in this case, I'm going to begin with the top piece. Now the two remaining pieces, of course, are the longer ones, and you'll see that because they're mitered, you're going to have to bow the bead out slightly to get each corner fed in. And there you have it. You've just replaced an insulated glass unit in a Simonton dry glaze picture window. If you have any questions about this project or any other Simonton project, please visit us at simonton.com.